Okay, so we're the interns who worked for Feeding the Children of Central Kansas. It was ran out of the old bank building on Main Street in Wilson, Kansas. And I'm Anna Thielen.
I'm Hallie Thielen.
I'm Abby DeWabble.
I'm Olivia Crawford.
I'm Skylar Clausen.
I'm Raylan Sokup.
I'm Isaac Schulmeister.
And I'm Brecken Heffel.
So this was an 11-week program. It ran 4 days a week, and we served 300 to 400 meals each day, like hot meals. It stretched over 3 school districts and into 6 counties. This summer, the 8 of us interns did the work that usually took 50 volunteers in previous years. So thanks to Nex-Gen that took care of it with only 8 of us. We would like to share what it takes to run a summer food program and with some extra projects that we did along the way. And before I move on, I'd like to point out our Miss Lynn's favorite thing we did all year. It was this $17,000 solar panel ran picnic table that will charge your phones and has electric ports. So it's used by the kids to eat lunch at every day. So first, I was a cook. I worked in the kitchen, and so I helped prepare the meals and package them. Some of the projects that we did was we went to KSN's KSN's road trip at Ellsworth, and we did a promotional where we handed out frozen yogurt to people to promote what we do. The middle picture of me here is making Czech Christmas cookies for the Big Kansas road trip when they came and toured our building. Later we could use them as a breakfast item in our lunches as well. And lastly, this picture of me was just taken last week with the soup cans. Miss Lynn sent me to get soup for spaghetti casserole, and I came back with the exact amount using 3 different sizes of cans. So,
So I also worked this summer as a cook with Anna, and that was an interesting experience. There was a variety of different tasks that we had to do every day. But this first picture is also when we prepared for the Big Kansas road trip. But throughout the summer, we've done a lot of baking, making those Czech Christmas cookies, or we sent cornmeal muffins, and even we made oatmeal raisin cookies to send to some local businesses. And then the far picture over there is also from the KSN road trip, and that is Abby and I, and we were able to talk to some of the people from KSN about what we do and hand out some brochures and give them frozen yogurt.
I worked as the assistant cook at first, but as time went on, unfortunate circumstances happened, and I found myself as the head cook of Feeding the Children. I learned a lot of leadership skills. I learned how to manage multiple workers and find out what needs to get done at the start of every day. I'd always come in 7:30 or earlier to get everything set up for everyone. The picture on the right is the project that Anna and Hallie were talking about. We sent out oatmeal cookies, snickerdoodles, which I made, and then corn muffins, which they also made. Then the picture on the left is me taking individual tiny packets of marinara sauce and measuring 2 quarts of it for the spaghetti casserole that we made, since we were cleaning out all of our inventory.
I spent most of my time on the packing line, even though I was right along, because usually I spend a lot of it packing the meals, because, you kind of got to pack the meals to deliver them. The middle one, that was just a lot of, every single Thursday we had a lot of boxes we had to send out, and he was in charge of the warehouse most of the time, but, so, that's we usually packed over 200 boxes sometimes in the van, which was pretty heavy for the van. And the third picture is me loading them. A lot of things that I learned about this job is organization and keeping track of numbers and stuff for towns. And that's what I'm doing.
So I was in charge of the warehouse for
part of the summer because some stuff happened, so they needed somebody to keep count of all the boxes and where the boxes were going and which towns got 3-meal boxes, got 4-meal boxes, and so pretty much how we determined which towns got the bigger boxes or small boxes was like Ellsworth, for example, got 3-meal boxes because they had more people, and so they can get away with having less meals in a box. And but Luray, they had to get the 4-meal boxes because there wasn't as many people there, and some people didn't come as often as like the bigger towns did. And part of the job was counting the boxes to make sure we had enough for the summer and whatnot. And we get them on these big old pallets with like 19 per row, 8 high, and we'd have pallets left over. And so I'd have to find somebody who would take the pallets and use them. So I had my grandpa come and grab them, and he uses them for his yard and whatnot. And my grandma will make crafts out of them and whatnot. So instead of just throwing the pallets away, we just had somebody take them so we could use them instead of wasting them. And so that's about it.
Okay, so my role was I was a packer on what we call the packing line, and what we do is we prepare the cold part of the meals. So kind of how Anna talked about, the kitchen does the hot meals, and then the packing does like the cold meals. So my job, the picture on the left is when I was taste testing one of the main meal courses that we were doing. It was called cheese pull-aparts. They were okay. I'm a picky eater, so I'm pretty judgmental. So it was okay. I'll just put it that way. And then the picture on the right was actually my first day on the job, and it was a big task. I was preparing boxes for when we did box meals for one of our events of Bike Across Kansas. These boxes held the meals that we prepared for the bikers as they came, and we did it as a fundraiser. So.
I was in the packing room. The picture where I'm writing on the bags, we had to count out individual bags for each town and then sort them out so that we could go in an order of which ones to do. And then the one with the tag was one of my projects this summer. Our bags, they had little pockets, and with how much they got moved around, some of the tags and stuff would fall out, and we needed a different way to label each bag so that we knew what bag went to which town. And yeah, so we got little clips and I don't know what to call those, little deals, and put the tags in those. I was also mainly in charge of milk. Okay.
All right. So this is my second summer at Feeding the Children. This year I got promoted to assistant manager for the packing line. So basically what I do is I come in the morning and I make sure everything's set up and we have enough of each product for each lunch. And then I have to make sure someone checked all the temperatures for the coolers and the freezers. And then I make sure everyone gets to their spot on the packing line. We figure out over the summer who gets pretty good at what. Like Raylan's really good at doing the milk. Brecken always did like fruit and juice. I also, whenever we have volunteers come in, we ask them what they like to do and we figure out where they fit in on the little packing line. So then we'll get all of our lunches packed and we'll send them out with the drivers wherever they need to go. And then we will hand out the food at Wilson. And then when all the drivers come back, if they have any extras, we figure out where the extra food needs to go. And then we just set up for the next day. So yeah, on the very left, that's me setting up bags to make sure our bag count was correct. And then the middle picture, that is the packing line. And then on the right, that is the picture of our elf because we have a hiding game for the elf just as a fun extra. So yeah. We just wanted to give a huge thank you to Next-Gen for giving us the possibility to provide so many lunches. We've provided over 40,000 lunches this summer. So yeah, we just want to thank them. Thank you.